I'm not so sure that the counter-attacking philosophy was our first goal today. I think it was on a hot day like today just to keep extended possession. I think the heat played a big part in the game in the sense that you could tell that the players had a difficult time, maintaining a high level of fitness. These games are always very, very tough to make that happen. It seemed like after LA had scored the first goal that my team responded and they were able to find that little extra gear, if you want to call it that. And so what might have been, in the people watching on TV, a counterattacking style football, what I think it was is the mindset of my players just driving past or driving forward at the opportune moments, because it certainly wasn't the game plan to bunker and counter. That was not our game plan.
Matt Pence.
Best performance you've gotten out of Jordan this season?
Well, I mean, look, the 2 goals were fantastic, but he played pretty well in Orlando as well. So I'd have to rewatch it. I will rewatch it, Matt, and I'll give you my answer back in Seattle. How about that?
Kevin.
Thank you.
I know this is an old topic for people in Seattle, but you're 5-1-3 since the coaching change. What's behind this? Personnel circling the wagon?
That's a tough one because I think what happened was there were numerous things. I can't put my finger out and say this one thing did it. So obviously, just reality. We all deal with reality. Is you're going to get some bump with a new coach. I mean, I was on Ziggy's staff for a lot of years. I learned a lot of stuff, and okay, maybe the messaging wasn't coming across as we would have liked or whatever, but you get that bump with the new coach. You have the inclusion of Ladero. Okay, you have that, and that's a big factor. I mean, he's a massive part of our team. You saw, the qualities he brought today. And then the only thing I would add to that was, I think the Seattle teams have always been proud teams. They've always been prideful of winning and having success. And so what I tried to do was just get them to take ownership of the team. I met with all the senior players, all of the players, and said, look, this is your team. It's your team. You guys do the hard work, so reward yourselves for all the hard work. And I think they bought into that, real team philosophy as far as being together and really a really tight group.
Matt Johnson.
You always talk about one game at a time. Is this your most enjoyable win thus far?
I don't know if I'd use enjoyable. I'm certainly very, very pleased. I'm very happy. I think the outcome of this game is very good. If you look at our opponent and my adversary in Bruce, I certainly take a lot of pride in the fact that my team was able to respond a goal down against arguably one of the best teams, in the MLS. So in that sense, I think I'd use the word proud. I'm happy. I'm certainly going to enjoy the moment, but we got a lot of work to do for Wednesday.
Ryan.
Coach, you really try to stress creating a lot of chances, finishing those chances, kind of one guy Barry does over the last week of practice. How does it feel to watch Jordan step up the second straight season with Barry best in the win?
Well, there was Chad and Ozzie too. In the vein of a team sport, those guys, Chad's, the response after their first goal was good. So I would almost have to say that, yes, Jordy gets the winning goal. Ozzie, takes the fourth goal. But Chad's goal was a good response by the group. So whether it comes from Jordan, whether it comes from Ozzie, whether it comes from Chad, again, just the significance of that, I think, is it just makes them believe that they can score multiple goals. I think that's what I get out of the game. Jordy is certainly a tremendous player, and he showed it tonight. So give him all the credit where credit's due. But again, it's the guys behind him that are feeding him the balls and stuff like that created some of those chances for him.
Right here.
Mark, everyone, I just talked about your team's playing stronger and stronger near the end of the season. You're chasing that invisible red line, trying to playoffs, but talk about how that motivates you.
Well, it motivates us because it's reality, and when anybody are faced with difficult situations, you either, sink or swim, and we'd prefer to stay alive and keep swimming. I think the one game at a time mantra is overused by a lot of people, but really, truly, that's what we have done. Our owners were in the locker room in there, and they were talking about, well, we got to get ready for Wednesday. Well, we're going to enjoy this moment now, today, and then tomorrow we're going to work on Wednesday.
Follow-ups, guys? Anybody? Matt?
It certainly felt like a game that could go one way or the other before Jordan scored to go with that goal there. It felt like a decisive moment and one he's had a couple of those opportunities this year. What did it mean for him and for you to have him bury that opportunity in a situation like that?
Well, it's part of his growth as a player, for sure. I was very proud of him again. The game could have changed on either moment, and big-time players come up in those moments and make a difference in games. And Jordan's performance was a big-time performance tonight. But again, Matt, I tend to agree with you. They could have gone either way. Which team was going to be able to, score that second goal might have had the advantage. Certainly helped us with the counter-attacking football. Kind of set us up for that. But again, just tremendous performance by the kid.
Last one there to Ryan.
I think it's like 4 or 5 straight road matches you guys have fallen behind early, but you come back to get a result before 3 or 4 of those games. How do you define your team's ability to come back in the second half of the road, ride out results?
Again, I go back to the history of this club and players that want to play for the club, that are proud of playing for the club. They put that little bit of extra effort in, even when the chips are down or when it looks like the ship is sinking. They're able to manufacture something. They're strong enough in their mental capacity to persevere when things aren't going well. That is indicative of the group of players that I have in the locker room. And again, it's something that I'm very proud of.